Want to check in with Craig. Boy, the wind was howling in parts of the Bay Area last night.
60-mile-per-hour gusts in Los Gatos and many locations around the hills, 40 to 60 mile per hour, even around the lower line areas. Let's get you going right now with what we have left over with some of the rain.
Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Brent. Here we go yet again. That storm that brought us all the rain and wind yesterday is still with us. In fact, it is not going anywhere for at least another day. Santa Cruz Mountains, there it is. There's the snow. I'll just step right off of this and you can see what we're talking about. Slick roads, the roadways are still open. There's the storm itself. Here it is slowly moving on in. It opens the door for a number of storms to come in through the weekend. We are going to have quite a bit of rain, especially this time next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. We talked about it being a very, very big storm, and that certainly panned out to be the case. From San Francisco to Daly City and San Bruno, getting some of those scattered showers as well. As we go through the afternoon, watch these arrows. They start to become more northwesterly. Highs near the fire will be close to 85 or 90 degrees. Winds will continue to come in out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So if you are southeast of the fire, Santa Cruz, Capitola, you'll probably start to see some of this smoke this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow as well. Wind gusts could easily reach 30 miles per hour. Relative humidity will be close to 40 to 50%. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Fires create their own wind. As heat rises, it leaves an empty space right below that. So when we get that, you've got air rushing in from all directions. That's why you get those erratic winds close to the fire. As that rises, you get an empty space and all that air rushes in to fill it. So while the prevailing winds will be coming out of the northwest, firefighters down under the ground could at times be dealing with some erratic winds. Statewide, we're going to get some nice clear conditions this afternoon. Here's the tail end of the front that I'm talking about, parked right about there, starts to come our direction. So as it does, we get some wind later this afternoon, especially from the Golden Gate and places north of there. We have a small craft advisory over the water. Lots of 70s and mid 80s today. Notice what happens as that front passes tomorrow. This ridge starts to expand our direction. So does that warm air comes here. Yeah, some 90s are back in the forecast. Lots of 20s up into the north. The closer you are to the water, the more of the 30s you have. A little more moisture, so it doesn't get quite as cold. It's all still that cold air that's with us as the rain has moved into Southern California. We will see another round of rain come into our area Thursday into Friday, and that will give us some more rain at that point. So we'll see this throughout most of the higher elevations, 1,000 feet and above that as well, and some rain. We've got those pockets of it this afternoon, similar to what we saw yesterday. Pieces of energy keep coming around this area of low pressure here, so that's giving us some of those lightning strikes, some rain, some snow. That counterclockwise rotation gives us that southwest blow, sends a lot of the fog overnight into our location and even through the early morning hours. Call ahead of time if you're expecting a flight coming in at SFO. We usually get delays at this time of year because of the low ceilings. They usually come in at about 6 o'clock. I'll keep you updated. What we have on the radar here, look at some pink, still some snow into the north end of the bay, getting a bit of a break from Healdsburg right down through Novato. 101 still has some pockets of rain that's come through from early this morning, but nothing falling just now and nothing behind it. So a bit of a break, at least for the next hour or so. We've got some snow in the Sierra as well. You're going to need chains on 50 and 80, snow levels down as low as 2,000 feet. The main energy of the storm, if you will, the engine is still sitting right about here. So this is slowly coming down south. As this comes through this afternoon, we'll get a couple of spotty showers scattered in nature, and then as we go through the evening, start to dry on out. So here's the storm itself. It's slowly moving on in. There's a break behind it, so we don't get anything tomorrow, but a very wet weekend ahead. This continues to sag down to the south, bringing some more snow. With it, also some high surf. So we'll see some very big waves along the coast today. So scattered showers today. We'll even watch for a lightning strike or two as this comes through, some cold, unsettled air. It gives us a break on Thursday. Friday, look at this. More rain through Sunday and even into Monday and Tuesday, really. Snow levels across the Sierra again at 2,000 feet. We're adding another 20 inches. Gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. And then the surf by 4 p.m. this afternoon through tomorrow. We have surf advisories along the coast, 15 to 20 foot waves. Brent and Laura today, 50s with scattered showers. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
The winter. Thanks a lot.
Coming up, we need it to warm things up at least today.
Cold start to the morning this morning.
20s and 30s, Brent and Laura, very cold. The freeze warning in effect for the north end of the bay. Look at those numbers. 29 in Vallejo, Napa, Clear Lake, Ukiah. Couple of mid-30s for the rest of the Bay Area. Sunrise 7:30. A couple, about another 30 minutes or so away from sunrise. We'll start to warm up 60s. As we go through the week, we're actually going to warm up a little bit more each day moving forward. We have a nice ridge of high pressure off to the west starting to come our direction. Here's this trough that's kept us rather cold. A lot of the rain has been kept up into the Pacific Northwest, now moving along the U.S.-Canadian border. That cold air in place one more day today and tomorrow. So cold start to tomorrow, and then as we go through Friday, closer to 70, well above average for this time of year. No rain in the forecast. Saturday, maybe a light sprinkle for the north end of the bay, but even that's quick to move out. out. After that, we're going to continue drying. Look where we stand season today. Rainfall total, 70% of normal for Santa Rosa to 95% for Moffett Field. We should have over 25¼ inches of rain for Santa Rosa. We only have 15, a little over 15½. So if we could just get one more good storm in here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for the next 7 days. By the way, Thursday and Friday, the pollen count gets up into the high category. Cedar and juniper, a lot of things are blooming with all the rain we've had coming through here. Now we get the natural vitamin D, sunshine, and we'll see a lot more blooms coming up. 60s to near 70 for Palm Springs, into San Diego and Los Angeles. Upper 50s and lower 60s. A bit of a breeze at times. Over to Las Vegas, cold air in place, 57 for a high. Over the Grapevine into the Central Valley, Bakersfield up into the Central San Joaquin Valley, some 60s. Monterey Bay down through Morro Bay, 50s, and plenty of 50s along the Mendocino coast. Lake Tahoe, 38. Had a lot of fresh powder up there over the past week and great for skiing this week. 58 for the Almaden Valley, close to that for Los Gatos and Saratoga. 59 downtown San Jose. Livermore only 57 at the cold start to the day. It's going to take a while to warm up. San Francisco 56. Look at Walnut Creek getting up to 60. Oakland at 58 and up into the north end of the bay. Temperatures ranging from 58 San Rafael to 60 Santa Rosa and 58 up through Ukiah. Overnight, another cold night. Take the precaution needed to cover any vegetation that's sensitive for this time of year when we get down into those 20s and 30s. And the pets, if you have some outside, maybe bring them in if you can, some dogs. It'll be another cold one. 7-day forecast, mostly sunny this week. Feeling just like spring by Friday, closer to 70 in the warmer spots. Bit of cloud cover for the north end of the bay Saturday, and next week looks like we start to warm up into the 70s. By the way, go to NBCBayArea.com for more information on the St. Patrick's Day Festival and Parade coming up on the 14th and 15th. Our chief meteorologist, John Farley, will be there. Back to you.
Should be fun. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mike. We're actually where we are. The clouds that you're talking about in the fog have now pushed over, and they're now kind of blocking our view for the sunrise. So we were waiting for that, but I think it's going to be blocked. That marine layer is about 1,000 feet deep and blowing well inland. So this afternoon we are going to start to cool off a bit.
Live from NBC4, this is Today in LA.
7:48, we are headed for a warm-up. Time for your Weather Plus forecast. Here's Craig Herrera.
Ted, thanks. Good morning to you and good morning to all of you at home. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. Great start to it. We enjoyed some warmer weather yesterday, and it looks like the warming trend will continue for several days. Of course, we'll start off with some patchy morning fog. During the afternoon, temperatures coming up a couple of degrees, and then through the day tomorrow, Monday, and into Tuesday, we're actually going to tack on a few more. We've got this big ridge of high pressure parked over the desert southwest, and it's expanding our way. Started to feel the effects yesterday. Now, if you're going to, say, Northern California, San Francisco, up into the Pacific Northwest, that's where all of the cold air is. As far as we're concerned, this big bubble is going to be in charge of our weather right through about the middle part of the week. So we're going to continue to add on a couple of degrees each day moving forward. We've got the offshore flow that's kicking on through. Of course, not a real strong offshore flow, but just enough to shut off that cool marine air. Temperatures continue to rise just a couple of degrees or so. Plenty of afternoon sunshine after we clear the fog back. Hot across the valleys, plenty of places right about 100 degrees or better. And then again, warmer into Monday and Tuesday as well. So it's going to be a warm week ahead. This afternoon, we'll break it down for you like this across the upper deserts near 100 degrees, the lower deserts 105 to 110, the mountains in the 80s, valleys 90s to 100 degrees, and at the beach is beautiful during the afternoon, 70s. Perfect beach weather. Now, we've also been talking about the Perseid meteor shower. Perhaps you were out, you saw a couple of them. Well, it actually peaks tonight. 1 to 2 per minute is what we are going to see. Bonus for us as well, we actually have Mars in the sky that's visible. So you see a big red bright star out there. That's actually the planet Mars. So you get to see that. Plus the Perseid meteor showers tonight, say midnight to about 3 o'clock in the morning. Grab a loved one, cozy up, and take a look at the sky. Should be a beautiful sight for us. All right, as we go through the afternoon, temperatures starting to warm up just a bit. Palm Springs at 110. Mission Viejo near 90 degrees. Orange County doing just fine, plenty of afternoon sunshine. Anaheim at the park, 89 degrees. Los Angeles downtown, 85. Glendale into the mid-80s. Lancaster near 100 degrees. And, of course, right at the beaches, some 70s. Simi Valley, 93. And Santa Clarita, 95. We travel along here, and we're moving up into, say, Bakersfield, right over the Grapevine. 100 plus across the Central Valley, right into Santa Barbara, though, 75 degrees. All right, a look now at the 7-day outlook. We'll continue with some of those 70s right at the coast. Downtown, some 80s, a nice week ahead. And we'll continue with those triple digits right across the valleys, right through about the middle part of the week. So a very warm week ahead. It looks like it's starting to feel like August around here. We'll continue with this. Enjoy the weather, enjoy your Sunday, and have a great week. Ted.